Horizon Properties, the real property merchants, offers proficient, time-tested real estate services to all property buyers and sellers. Are you selling or letting? Looking to buy or lease property? We sell and let residential, commercial, and industrial properties, farms, and small holdings throughout the country. Our pride is on offering tailor-made services to meet the unique needs of each client, coupled with innovative, effective marketing tactics for each property. Before you buy a plot or farmland, check if Horizon Properties doesn't have it at a cheaper price. Come and experience the proficiency that makes Horizon Properties stand out from the rest. Tried and trusted to deliver to its customers' expectations. We have offices in the following locations: Woodlands Head Office, in Kablonga, on the alley behind Osaka Hotel. Horizon Properties, the real property merchants.
It's 1832. Welcome to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties, and of course, I'm your host, Nono Zaza. Now, before we get into tonight's business, here's a call out to clients, and of course, different category of clients, people who've done business with Horizon Properties or are still doing business with Horizon Properties. Now, clients who were offered but have not come forward to execute contracts of sales, clients who finished paying and executed contracts of sales but have not come forward to proceed with the transfer of rights or change of ownership, clients who have proceeded with a change of ownership but certain documents are missing, for example, NRC copies, clients who have finished paying and submitted all relevant documents and have not received their titles, as well as clients who for one reason or the other are not getting the expected feedback. What you need to do is send a text or a WhatsApp to this number, 097 9685 892. 097 9685 892. Now, this evening on the show, we have not had the doc for a long time. It's my pleasure right here to actually introduce Dr. Soko Mpindi, CEO from Horizon Properties. Doctor, Happy New Year, good evening, and it's great to see you.
Good evening and Happy New Year, listeners.
All right. Now, I know we're talking property investment review of 2022 and, of course, projections for 2023. Where would you like to start from?
Listeners, in February, the 1st of February 2022, we provided a review of the market, and we made some projections for 2022. For 2022, now we are unable at that time to give you the review of 2022. I think we are here. I'm here to take you through our observations of the property market movements in the economy. As you know, the real estate market is an integral part of the economy, and therefore, understanding how the economic factors affect the property market is very important to the public, because it enables you and me to make informed decisions regarding your property investment aspirations and expectations. So, as one of the major players in the market, we are obliged to inform the public the status of the real estate market and the future expectations of the same. Among the major critical factors that affect the real estate sector include, but not limited to, interest rates, inflation, exchange rates, and the central bank policy rates. These are some of the issues that affect economic issues that affect the real estate market. When you look at the interest rates, the Bank of Zambia maintained the monetary policy rate of 9% at its November 2022 meeting. This was when the fourth time in a row in 2022, and it cited it continued to because the inflation rate had continued to go down steadily. That's a reason it was given by the Bank of Zambia that to maintain the 9%. At the same time, Zambia's annual inflation rate eased for the fourth month in a going down. That is in October at 9.7%, from 9.9% the previous year. So, because if you remember, in 2021, when the policy rate was increased from 8.5% to 9%, the reason which was given was that they're trying to curb the inflationary pressures of the kwacha. So therefore, with the stability of the kwacha, then the Bank of Zambia decided to maintain the policy rate. This is the basic lending rate for Bank of Zambia, upon which other financial institutions, commercial banks, base their rates, interest rates. Stabilization of the policy rate by the central bank creates space for commercial banks and non-financial banking institutions to extend affordable credit facilities to housing developers and individuals. But it's suffice to say that despite the stability in that rate, the lending rates are still high and quite unaffordable. At maybe like 25% is too high, and then at a point when you, as a developer, may not make much sense. It therefore implies that the real estate sector remained yearning for affordable source of capital, especially the Zambians, because it's very difficult and challenging, almost impossible to borrow from the market and go and conduct some kind of housing development. We also noticed that the inflation rate, first of all, we talk, as I said, the factors. There's interest rates, inflation. These are the factors, economic factors that affect the real estate market. Inflation, and most people don't understand inflation. Inflation is the rate of increase in prices over a period of time. For a specific period of time, what's the rate of increase? That's why you notice when so inflation has gone down, but how come the prices are still high?
Yes,
it's just a rate at which the prices are increasing. It means if it's slow, it means that the prices are increasing slowly, but they are increasing. It doesn't mean that automatically you will see a decrease in prices. But also you can look at inflation as the increase of the cost of living. That's why usually the relation between the cost of living and the inflation. But we noticed that since 2022, there has been a slowdown, as a downward trend of inflation from 15.07% to which came to 9.9% in December 2022. The gradual and steady downward trend of inflation did not result in tangible price reduction due to other factors, such as increment of fuel prices and others. However, the downward trend in inflation just increased economic confidence for investment in the economy. As I've just mentioned, doesn't mean that when inflation is going down, the price will go down automatically. No, it's the rate of increase. At what rate do our prices increasing? Because you find that you may find that this aggregate inflation rate is caused by a specific inflation rate of a certain commodity. Yes. So when you do the average, then you find, but you find maybe within the commodities, some items the rate has gone up, some items the rate is slow, and then when you do the average, but it can be broken down for each specific commodities. So that's what we saw, because also the price didn't go down because the economy was just recovering from the COVID-19 episode, so the economy was slow. So we didn't see much, a lot of benefit from the slowing down of the inflation. Also, what we observed in 2022 is that from May 2022, the kwacha traded at 17.6, and steady remained strong bullish until December 2022. It was trading at 17.6 against the US dollars. Despite the local currency having remained strong against the United States dollars and other major international convertible currencies, the price of building materials remained unchanged due to factors such as the high price of fuel and other economic factors. It therefore implies that the housing units remained in the same range because of the same, nothing changed to spur property development. This is was quite, but what we have noticed is that a number of Zambians have been trying to develop a single and same-touch units, but incrementally. Incrementally meaning when you get money for the foundation, you do the foundation. When you do the block work up to maybe workplace level, we have seen that kind of activity among the Zambians increasing. I think it's they're trying to, actually this is the African way of building. You build one room and then you build another one. We have seen this kind of, I think it's now, we are trying to understand that property is the way to go. So in our limited resources, everyone is trying to go the right direction. What you see now, the depreciation of the kwacha currently is, which is trading around 18.5 against the US dollar, is being influenced by the demands of the foreign exchange necessitated by imports of petroleum and agricultural imports, among others. This situation you see as put pressure on the kwacha cover against foreign currency to pay for the imports, thereby leading to depreciation. So this is what you are seeing now, why the kwacha is depreciating. That's one of the major factors. The kwacha is under pressure. As you know, when the buying power of the local currency goes down, it implies that the real estate developers, especially Zambians, will be paying more in buying materials. In other words, you're spending more kwacha. It means the construction becomes expensive. So that is the situation with regard to the effect of the depreciation of the kwacha with regard to property real estate market and property development. What we are looking at now, and in 2023, expectation is that, especially to the foreign direct investment, what we should expect is that because of the stability, the political stability in the country, and the move by the government to engage creditors to restructure the foreign debt, has created confidence in investors, and therefore we expect FDIs in manufacturing, agricultural properties such as factories and agricultural facilities, because one of the major factors by investors look at is the political stability of a country, because no one would want to invest in a politically chaotic environment, because
that's true.
Because it creates a high risk. What we need to do as a country is to overcome the challenge of stabilizing the power generation and supply of electricity, because this is now we deter or dampen the morale for the investors. And you see, even in our as a local investors or real estate practitioners, everyone is affected, whether you are in property or not. We are all affected by load shedding. As on the local scene, I've seen that most Zambians remain, the situation remains the same, because financing, the cost of capital is still high, and therefore it's very difficult to anchor the real estate, tangible real estate investment within the citizen. And it's very important that the government find ways how to assist the local real estate investors, because you can only anchor the economy in the hands of the Zambians. What do we expect in the economy may improve in 2023? We expect more Zambia to continue developing single and semi-detached housing units, incremental, as I explained, because that's the way we can only develop or develop our real estate. This is because what I would expect that because we expect more housing units in the districts where the Constituency Development Fund has been channeled. However, the housing units in the district will be too insignificant to deal with the housing deficit the country is facing. We therefore want to urge government to provide infrastructure support to private sector to increase the supply of housing units. What I'm talking about, like in terms of infrastructure, is the provision of water, roads, and sanitation, because these are capital intensive, where most private developers cannot manage to construct roads or sewer systems, water reticulation. This is if the government can channel their effort into that aspect, we expect that even local developers will be able to pull up their socks. On the side of land development, in the past 3 years, we have seen several individuals and companies engaged in land development. I think this has been a kind of an easier way how the Zambians are participating in the real estate sector. But what we expect is that the trend in 2023 may slow down. Reason being that of oversupply, the oversupplying of land on the market, and also lack of services, because you cannot continue acquiring land where there are no services. So this aspect will dampen the supply of land, and also the activities in the land development. So in conclusion, I would like to highlight that some of the drivers of real estate investment include, but not limited to, the following: political stability, affordable cost of capital, land tenure, health of the economy, infrastructure development support, and development. So, as an investor, you can never have these factors as perfect. What is important is now the assessment of the risk factors that come with an individual business or individual business. You have to assess the risk factors, because as you look at the Zambian situation, political stability, one we have is perfect, land tenure is perfect. Look at affordable cost of capital, I would say none or impossible. So you need to weigh where you strike a balance and invest. What I would like to do is to encourage all Zambians to pursue real estate investments aggressively, because this is one of the most stable investment avenues that will give you a peace of mind. As much as there are other investment opportunities, but real estate investment is more stable. It's not prone to it's not very sensitive. It's not very sensitive to information. It takes long to adjust to information in the market, and therefore it's very important that Zambians pursue this aspect of investment. As Horizon Properties, we are here to guide the public how they should go with the real estate investment in 2023. We have reviewed the 2022, how it has moved, and also our expectations of 2023. Our last review was done in the 1st of February 2022. Now, this is the situation on the real estate market. I would like to wish all the Zambians and the listeners, clients, a very successful 2023. And please, when you think about investment, think about property.
Indeed. Doctor, we appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming through. All right, we're going to take a short break, and when I come back, I will be joined by Mbewe Adrian, Sales and Listings Coordinator from Horizon Properties. Do stay tuned.
That Lusaka is among the fastest growing cities in the southern region? Did you know that city expansion creates land scarcity, which presents opportunities to bogus and fake land traders? Did you know that Horizon Properties has been diligently selling genuine affordable residential plots and farms to the public for over 20 years? Yes, Horizon Properties is a trusted name and the #1 buyer's partner in affordable residential plots and farms with a track record spanning over 20 years. Remember, buying land from just anyone could be risky. Buy land from the people you know. Buy cheap land from Horizon Properties. Come visit our head office in Woodlands on Chindo Road, right opposite Woodlands A Primary School. Kablonga Shopping Complex, shop number 8, Chindo Road, Lusaka. Lusaka Town Center on the alley behind Lusaka Hotel. Contact our Kablonga office on 0211-260422. Our town office 0211-226902. Horizon Properties, the real property merchants.
Welcome back. You are listening to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. Like I promised you, I have Mbewe Adrian, who is a Sales and Listings Coordinator. Mr. Mbewe, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Nono, and thank you for having us.
Okay, we are just almost, third week of 2023, and I know obviously people are excited about what 2023 has to offer. What are some of the hot properties that clients should look out for, either on the Horizon Properties Facebook page or website?
Okay, so we actually have a number of hot listings that have been posted right now. If you check our page right now, you will realize that almost each and every hour of the day there's a property which is being posted. But to sample them up, we have 7 acres of land in New Kasama, which is only 200 meters from Leopardsville Road.
Mm-hmm.
So this land is on title, and then the price per acre is only 460,000 kwacha. So if you want to get it in installments, you can come through. We'll definitely negotiate a payment plan for you. And then away from the 7 acres that we have in New Kasama, we have 3 plots next to each other, measuring 35 by 35 each in Silverest. The plots are located 200 meters from Great East Road near Unilas and Latsa. So this is something which is ideal for those that would want to maybe venture into issues of boarding houses, if you want to do flats, or if you just want to do a standalone house, because this is land which is actually very prime and nicely located. Power is already on site, and the price for each plot is only selling at 380,000 kwacha. So 3 plots, 380,000 kwacha each. And then away from what we have in Silverest, we have 1.3 acres, which is measuring about 5,373 square meters prime land in Makeni Konga, about 10 kilometers from Makeni Mo and 1 kilometer from the tarmac. The property is in a developed area and is on title, on a single title, of course. And then the price for this land is only 450,000 kwacha. So 450,000 kwacha. For those that would want to do installments as well, you can come through and then we'll negotiate for a payment plan. And then away from what we have in Makeni Konga, we have a 40 by 33 plot with an incomplete 1-bedroom house, about 1 kilometer from Shantumbo School and 200 meters of Shantumbo Road. This is in Shantumbo, which is the southern part of Lusaka. And then the price for this land is only 165,000 kwacha. And then away from what we have in Shantumbo, we have another plot again in New Kasama. We actually have 3 plots next to each other. 2 are measuring 45 by 55 each, and the other one is measuring about 60 by 50. The plots are located about 1.5 kilometer from the tarmac. So these ones have been priced differently because even the size is differently. So for the 45 by 55 plot, the price is 550,000 kwacha. And then for the 60 by 50, the price is at 600,000 kwacha in New Kasama. And then away from what we have in New Kasama, we have land for sale in Katuba. This is a 15 acres land on title with power in close proximity. And then the land is ideal for farming and is about 5.5 kilometers from the Great North Road. And then for the price, it's only at 550,000 kwacha for the entire piece. And then Away from what we have in Katua, we have something again in Silverest. This is a 60 by 25 road frontage plot on Taito, about 1 kilometer from the Greatest Road and Unilas. So this is something which sits right on the tarmac. And then the price is about 500,000 kwacha. And this is also ideal for those that would want to do boarding houses. As you know, a lot of students are moving to Silverest now because of the Unilas, which is there.
That's true.
So please take advantage of what I've just mentioned here, and a lot more that have been listed on our Facebook page. So what you do is, if you've not liked our page yet, you go to Horizon Properties Limited, and then you check the many listings that are listed for sale.
All right. Thanks so much, Adrian. I'm now joined by Derek Atongo, who is liaison officer from Horizon Green Village. Derek, good evening and welcome to the program as well.
Good evening, Non, and thank you for having us this evening.
All right. Now, they say fundamentals such as location, access to different amenities, security, transport, and of course, possibility of value, acceleration of the property do influence property investments. And of course, they also say these fundamentals play a huge role in making people buy into a housing development. Could you briefly explain these fundamentals in relation to the Horizon Green Village?
Okay. These fundamentals, of course, they play a huge role in terms of helping people to decide what they want to invest. So the location for the Horizon Green Village is actually excellent because it is easily accessible. And as you may be aware that Silverest is among the topmost prime areas at the property market right now, and that's where people are rushing. So when you look at the profile of people that are being attracted to the east part of Lusaka and just development in general, you realize that actually this is a very prime area at the moment. And in terms of access to amenities, it being a gated community, who have actually planned and who have catered for all the amenities that are a prerequisite to the well-being of people. So the issue of how easy it is to access these amenities, it's not a question about the Horizon Green Village because everything has been planned for and different portions of land have been allocated for different amenities. So people have easy access to commodities as well as to services. Security. The east part of Lusaka is very secure at the moment. And speaking of the Horizon Green Village, it is very secure as well because security is already on board and everything is very secured. And in terms of transport-wise, the gated community is easily accessible either by private vehicles or just public transport, because buses actually do have a bus station just there for people to drop off and be able to get to the gated community. And in terms of the value, I think the value of the place has drastically increased. And in terms of the future value is not even a question.
It's the Horizon Green Village Housing Estate, situated 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout and 2.5 kilometers off Greatest Road. This eco-friendly development targets savvy Zambians who want to live in a green, clean, orderly but affordable neighborhood. As the Horizon Green Village development was launched, it became clear to everyone who was present that ambience, serenity, and class meet affordability at the Green Village. This combination is a rare gem, which is why everyone is now rushing to buy their residence at the Horizon Green Village Estate. So don't be left out. Don't wait until it's late. Make that move right now and invest in the Horizon Green Village development in Lusaka City. Call us on 0972 604 614, 0979 888 970, 0779 707 215. Horizon Green Village, an eco-friendly community.
Welcome back. You are listening to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. Now, before the break, Derek Katongo there was giving us more information with regards to fundamentals that would make an individual want to go to the housing, which is the Green Village. Derek, you may continue from where you left off.
Okay, so in summation, I would like to say the east part of Lusaka at the moment is the most prime location that a lot of people are rushing to actually buy into. And this happens to also have the Horizon Green Village. So people we appeal to people that this is actually the best location that you can invest into at the moment. And it being a gated community, you have no worries to do with amenities, because all amenities have been catered for in our plans. And we believe that within the course of this year, we must be able to launch a number of them. And on that note, I would also like to say that security is already on point and is already on board. And we believe that that is a very cardinal aspect in terms of the well-being of people. So people, they are not actually, they shouldn't be worried about the security aspect, because the security is already on board. And in terms of transport-wise, the place is actually accessible, be it private transport or rather public transport. So on that note, we would like to appeal that Green Village is actually the best area to invest into at the moment.
Indeed. All right, let's look at some of the services that are currently available at the Horizon Green Village.
Okay, currently we have quite a number of services in place. We already have water in place. We have electricity in place. We have security like I alluded area. We also have a very good load network. So people are not having issues in terms of moving their materials from one point to the other. And also some of, like I said, some of the amenities that we're working on currently, we'll be able to launch them.
All right. Let's look at the plot sizes and the pricing as well. What is currently available at the Horizon Green Village?
Okay, so currently we have two plot sizes within the village. We have the 20 by 22.5. Those are the smaller units. Those are currently going at 75,000 kwacha. Then we also have the 20 by 30. Those are going for 100,000 kwacha. Then in terms of the modes of payments, we've got two modes of payments. You can either pay cash, where you're given an opportunity to have a discount on your purchase. Then you can also, if you cannot manage to pay cash at the moment, you can still come to Horizon Properties. We do have a payment plan in place where you can actually pay in installments.
All right. Thanks so much, Derek. I'm now joined by Lutanda Kahuta, who is a sales and lettings rep, also from Horizon Properties. Good evening, Lutanda, and welcome to the program.
Well, thank you very much for having us, Mr. Zaza.
Okay. What does Horizon Properties have in terms of residential plots that people should rush to buy from Horizon Properties?
Well, as my colleagues before me have mentioned, in particular Mr. Adrian, he mentioned that we have a number of plots basically planted almost everywhere in the country, especially Lusaka. So, and of course, our CEO, Dr. Sokio Mpindi, came on and said people should invest in property. So, and us being Horizon Properties, we are the people that have been, of course, trained to help people find the property that best suits meets their needs. Take for instance, if you were to come to Horizon Properties and you said you wanted a plot, we would ask you specific questions just so we could zone in and try to get you what you want, other than just bringing out the portfolio out there, and instead of helping you, instead we hinder your endeavor. So as such, if you come to us, you come into people that are experienced and will help you get down to the properties that you need. So without further ado, of course, some of the sites that we have are Kafue C7 residential site. This is in the southern direction. So this site is located 45 kilometers from Lusaka Central Business District. That's a CBD. The site is only 5 kilometers from Kafue Road, passing through the tarmac that goes to Kafue Estates Market. Zesco power lines are already on site, and clients are already building within the site. So this is a quickly developing site. You just get there on site. You don't need to worry about power. You already have neighbors. So it's already something that's up and running, so to say. This site is, of course, subdivided into 20 by 30 portions. So the plots are 20 by 30s, selling at only 60,000 kwacha. This is a very good deal for your money. So for people who are looking to get plots in Kafue, this is something that they need to actually look into. It's a 20 by 30. We have portions that are 20 by 30 is going for only 60,000 kwacha in very developed neighborhoods. Away from, of course, the Kafue, from Kafue, we have our Kandeke site. This is a residential site that we have in Kandeke in 10 miles. The site is located 7 kilometers from the Great North Road, turning at 10 miles 10 Miles Market on the Tard Mongule Road. It's only 1.2 kilometers from the Tard Mongule Road. After you reach 10 Miles, you travel on Mongule Road for 7 kilometers and then turn on your right and get to the site by only traveling 1.2 kilometers. That's 1.2 kilometers on gravel road, but it's a very, very smooth road. The site is valued due to increasing demand and a sense of peace and comfort which it provides. It's a very, very serene environment or site. The site is also subdivided into 20 by 30 portions of plots, selling at only 60,000 kwacha also. So this is a very, very peaceful place where, of course, you're in touch with nature because the environment, or rather the trees, have not been cut down and things of that sort. So it's fresh and it's a good place to raise a family in that people have already started building. Also, electricity is already on site, and then you don't you get fresh air, so to say. So this is another place that people need to look into. And it's only 1.2 kilometers from the closest tarred road. So you never have to think about not traveling long distances on a gravel road. Again, keeping true to the north, we have our north side phase 2 in Katua. The site is located 30 kilometers from Lusaka Central Business District and 1 kilometer from the Great North Road after Katua, just right before Katua Tollgate, actually. This is a very, very beautiful site. It's got trees and again, you're in touch with nature on this site. It's subdivided into 20 by 30 portions of land, going at a very, very fair price. And again, it's very, very orderly in its setup, so to say. The road network is already planned out. So this is a very recent site that people need to buy into, and they're going to actually get a value for their money there also. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate. Thanks so much, Lutanda. Adrian is back here. Adrian, real quickly, because I'm looking at time here. What's some of the fast-selling sites you have in terms of farmland that people should rush to buy from Horizon Properties?
Okay, so to begin with, I would like to mention that we'll be conducting a site visit for the farm that we have been selling in Lufanyama this week. So the visits will actually be on Friday and Saturday for those on the Copper Belt. Of course, the Lufanyama site is known to have the best stores and perhaps in Africa. It's known to have the best stores in Zambia and perhaps in Africa. And of course, Lufanyama is known to produce 20% of the world's emeralds. So this is something which you can't afford to miss out on. Of course, the land is on title and the access road is perfect for those that are coming through. You don't have to worry about coming with big cars and all that. You can use any type of car. Of course, the rain patterns in Lufanyama, they're very good. And then, of course, the land itself is on title, and then there are several streams and rivers passing through the farm. So this is something which you can get if you want to get into ranching, if you want to get into commercial farming. So this is a must get. The price per acre is only 4,000 kwacha. So please don't forget, this Friday actually, we have a site visit on the Copper Belt in Lufanyama for those that would be interested to come through. And then if you want to get the details, please go to our Facebook page. You realize that the post has been done, and of course the numbers that you need to get in touch with. And then away from what we have in Lufanyama, we have farmland in Chisamba, Mwachsompola area. So the land that we have in Chisamba is actually on title and has a 99 years lease. So this farm is only 2 kilometers from the third Old Mumba Road. And then our power is only a few meters from the farm, and the price for a 5-acre lot is only 75,000 kwacha. So if you're paying cash, of course, there is a privilege that you get a 5% discount. And then if you're doing installments, it will give you an installment plan which is very flexible. And then away from what we have in Chisamba, we have farmland in Chibombo. So Chibombo, here we have actually portioned the land into 20-acre portions and 25-acre portions. So for those who are getting 20-acre portions, the price is 100,000 kwacha. And then for those who are getting 25-acre portions, the price is 120,000 kwacha. And then most of these lands that we have, you realize that they're actually either on the frontage of the gravel road or maybe a few meters from the main gravel road. So good access is definitely guaranteed. So you don't have to worry about getting, of course, big cars for you to drive to the farm. And then for those that would want to do installments, please, you come through. We have installments plans which are flexible at Horizon Properties. And then away from what we have in Chibombo, we have farms in Chongwe. So in Chongwe, we actually have a number of blocks, depending on the distance that you want from the Greatest Road, which is third, of course. And then the nearest that we have from the Greatest Road is about 2 kilometers, and the price for a 5-acre portion is 100,000 kwacha. So this is a very prime land, and of course, for those that would want to maybe build a farmhouse and get to stay at the farm, this is definitely a must buy, because where the land is, the access is actually very good, and the neighborhood, a lot of people have built good houses on their farms. Power is actually a few meters from the farm, so you don't have to worry about maybe, of course, the road, and maybe, let's say, driving the wrong distance away from the tarmac if you are coming from Lusaka for work. So the 100,000 kwacha portion is something that you can't afford to miss out. You check our page, you realize to say a post is there in case you want to get in touch with us, or you can simply inbox us on Facebook or pay us a visit to any of our offices. We'll definitely get to give you the details for this, which we are almost winding up with the remaining few portions. So please don't miss out. Make sure to say visit us and you get the portion in Chongwe. And then, of course, I say to say we have other portions. The other portion is actually about 13 kilometers from the Greatest Road in Pango area. So these farms, power is already on site. There's a school nearby, there's a market, there's a clinic, and a built-up community. So here you're not just buying a farm in the bush. It's a place where a lot of people have settled, and a lot of developed farms. Of course, a lot of these developed farms, a lot of people are planting maize, others are doing cabbages, others are doing watermelons. It's something which, even when you go there, you actually get to appreciate what's there. So for the price for a 5-acre portion in Mpango is only 60,000 kwacha. So if you're someone who would want to get a farm in a place where others are already doing something, Chongwe Mpango area is definitely the place for you. So please come through to our offices or get in touch with us. You can inbox us on Facebook. You definitely get what you've always desired to buy. And then a few kilometers from Mpango, getting to 24 kilometers, we have farms which we are selling at 40,000 kwacha for 5 acres. So also these farms, the access road is very good, because that road goes all the way from Great East Road up to Great North Road, passing through Chisamba there. So you don't have to worry about the access, and power is just right on the gravel road. And then these farms, you realize that maybe the furthest from the gravel road is just about 1 kilometer or 2. So Chongwe is definitely a place where you should get yourself a farm. And then away from what we have in Chongwe, we have farms in Chinyonyo. The farms that we have in Chinyonyo are actually on a road that goes to Roa Zambezi. And the price for a 5-acre is only 30,000 kwacha.
All right, thanks so much, Adrian. Now, with all this information that we've got, Lutanda, how can people find you and how can they contact Horizon Properties?
Well, we have a number of offices here in Lusaka, namely our head office, also our construction division in Woodlands, along Chindo Road, right opposite Woodlands A Primary School. And then we also have an office in Kablonga. That's shop number 8, Chindo Road. And we also have offices on the alley behind Lusaka Hotel. So we can also be contacted on the following numbers. For our Kablonga office, that's 0211 260422. For our Kablonga office, 0211 260422. And for our town office, that's 0211 226902. So these are very easy numbers in which you can be contacted on.
All right. Adrian, as we wrap up the program, what are your closing remarks and what should people look out for?
So in terms of what people should look out for, we have a road which is coming up this year, 2023. Last year, of course, you saw a lot of promotions. So this year we actually have a lot of sites which you are going to open. Something coming up in Silverest, of course, bigger plots, which are about 50 by 40 plots, half an acre. Something which you can't afford to miss. And then, of course, the famous Territories Premier Park on Leopards Hill will be opening up this year. So for those that have always wanted land, let's say along Leopards Hill Road, Greatest Road, let's say bigger plots, please get in touch with us, because something is coming up very soon. And then just to emphasize, for those that would want to join us for the Rufanyama trip, please get in touch with our offices, or you can simply inbox us on Facebook, or simply walk to Kablonga or our town offices, or call the numbers that Lutanda gave on the program. I think that's what I would say.
All right. I'm going to say thanks so much for coming through, Adrian, as well as Lutanda, and not forgetting the good doctor who hasn't been here in a long time as well, and Derek Atongo as well from Horizon Green Village. Thanks so much, gentlemen. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much for having us, Mr. Zaza.
All right. There you have it. That's it for today's episode of Property Focus. Be sure to catch us next week just after 18:30 right here on Hot FM. Do stay tuned.
Horizon Properties, the real property merchants, offers proficient, time-tested real estate services to all property buyers and sellers. Are you selling or letting? Looking to buy or lease property? We sell and let residential, commercial, and industrial properties, farms, and small holdings throughout the country. Our pride is on offering tailor-made services to meet the unique needs of each client, coupled with innovative, effective marketing tactics for each property. Before you buy a plot or farmland, check if Horizon Properties doesn't have it at a cheaper price. Come and experience the proficiency that makes Horizon Properties stand out from the rest. Tried and trusted to deliver to its customers' expectations. We have offices in the following locations: Woodlands Head Office, in Kablonga, on the alley behind Osaka Hotel. Horizon Properties, the real property merchants.